Hi guys and welcome to my channel. Today we are going to review the newly released Hourglass Ambient Lighting Edit Mini Sculpting Unlocked Palette. Such a mouthful of words, like all the reviews that I'm doing. So if you want to know what are my thoughts about this palette, then just continue to watch. Like every year, Hourglass has released their limited edition holiday collections, and they released this palette and also the bigger sister that has 6 pans, and that one, it is the Ambient Light Edit Sculpture. This is how the palette looks like, and I absolutely love the packaging. It's gorgeous, but however I will showing it to you, you'll see everything reflected. And you do have here 4 shades. You have a blush, highlighter, a bronzer, and a finishing powder. Their ambient light finishing powder. They're like so. Finishing powder, it is in soft light. Bronzer golden bronze light. The blush is Mood Flush, and I believe this is new. And the metallic strobe powder, it is Champagne Strobe Light Powder. What makes the difference between this small palette, the 4 pans palette, comparing with the 6 pan palette, besides the quantity of the product they offer you, also the overall display of the shadows, because you don't have that vein, shimmery vein that you get on their normal bronzers and blushers. So those are like overall compact solid color, and this was the reason that I grabbed this palette. Now why I'm saying that is because last year I have purchased the Ambient Lighting Edit Volume 4 that actually was released on 2018 for the holiday edition, and this has those shades in encrusted, how to say, on the ambient light finishing powder. And sometimes I get frustrated that I do not take enough of pigment, because you see they are not the same, so this is how they are designed. Some of them have more pigment, some of them have less pigment. But for example, this blush, I almost cannot get any shade. And as much as I love this palette and I was so excited getting it, I was finding myself that I almost cannot use it. I use it mostly during winter when I have more pale skin, but during summer there is no way for me to use it. And also I do appreciate the fact that we only get one finishing powder on their new mini edit palette, and rest you have highlighter, bronzer and blush, because I'm not such a big fan of finishing powder, and I'm usually using translucent loose setting powder to set my complexion, and when I touch up then I use a pressed powder. Now the price point that this palette start, it is in US $58 US. However, because I don't live in the US, I purchased mine from the Space NK. It is retailing for £57, which is, I think, huge comparing with US dollars. So I will put the conversion rate on the screen just to see how expensive it is comparing with the US prices. And their bigger palette, the 6 pan palette that was released for the holiday collection, retails in Europe for £81, comparing with $80 US on US. And when I purchased this one, the 2018 version, this was retailing for £65, which was exactly in conversion $80 US. So I have no idea why the prices in Europe have been raised so much comparing with the US. Now, let's stop talking and let's see it in action. So I've already done my face makeup I'm conducting several wear tests for today, for my foundation, for my concealer, and now we are going to start using this palette. I'm first going to apply a layer of the finishing powder. So it's really nice. I feel that my face has been given a beautiful veil. Now I'm going to take the bronze shade. And one thing I noticed right from the start is this bronze, it's really warm shade. So if you want to contour with this, you will probably not be so happy because it is warmer. But oh my god, it blends like a dream. And later I will swatch all the shades against the old palette that I have just to see the comparison. Yeah, this is something that I love on the Hourglass bronzers and powders, that they are so soft. It's a texture that it's almost impossible to be duped. So I already can tell on my viewfinder that I am more healthy, because I was looking like a ghost with all the foundation and nothing on my cheeks. Okay, the blush is even prettier than I could imagine, and this is not the first time when I'm wearing this palette. So just for the full disclosure, I think this is the second time when I'm using it, and I have it from about one week on my collection. And now the highlighter, the strobing powder. Okay, so this is as far as the application goes with the new Hourglass Ambient Lighting Edit Mini Sculpture Unlocked palette. So I really love how my face looks like. Do I need to spend £57 versus $58 to get this outcome? Yeah, for sure I can find similar products on more cheaper alternatives, but if you want to have a outstanding product, a jewelry on your makeup collection, and you are a fan of the Hourglass products, I for sure recommend you to purchase this. If you prefer more this kind of layout on your pants, I think for sure I will recommend you to purchase the mini palette, because the bigger one, it's somehow similar with this one. They are slightly changing the products from one year to another. As far as I heard from other YouTubers, they are putting mostly the same products. They are just changing a bit the color and they are changing the names, but basically it is the same product. Now I'm going to swatch them side by side in comparison with the old Ambient Light Edit palette, just to see the overall difference. So I'm only going to swatch those 4 shades against their corresponding 4 shades on the palette. So starting with the bronzer, this is the new and this is the old. As I can tell, the old version, it's a bit of a cool tone. I noticed when I was applying that the bronze, it's leaning toward the warm tone. So yeah, the old version, the new version. Now for the blush, there is a problem because we have 2 blushes here and only 1 here, but I'm going to swatch all of them. Well, those are the old blushes, and there is a huge improvement on the overall payout. So I love very much the blush. So just for the blush, and I'm really excited. The strobing powders, they look awful similar. So this is the old one and this is the new one. Old, new. Old, new. You can tell some difference? I cannot. My skin is too light and also the light is reflecting, but I find those are similar. And the finishing powder, you see there is almost no corresponding shade, so I'm only going to show you. So this is the new, and those are the finishing powders from the Ambient Light Edit Volume 4. But yeah guys, this is the final look after I've applied my lipstick. I'm definitely in love with my new Hourglass Ambient Lighting Edit Mini Sculpture Unlocked palette. I think I'm going to reach for it more than I did for my bigger version, my bigger and older sister of this palette. I really love all the shades from this palette. I think they are much nicer and better and well made. And if I will be allowed to give you a advice on which of the palettes from this year release to choose, I will definitely recommend you to go for the smaller palette. I think you get more worth for your money from the products from this palette than you will get from the 6-pan version. Those being said, I want to thank you all for taking the time to watch. Don't forget to give it a thumbs up if you enjoyed, or also you can give it a thumbs down if you did not enjoy it, but in this case you will be kind to let me know why you did so. And other than that, you can follow me on my social. I will have it linked down below, and I want to wish you all to have a beautifully blessed day ahead. I'm looking forward to see you again on my next video. Bye bye guys!